Hello, sophomores. I wanted to um, give you guys some more pointers because I did get some emails from some people saying they didn't quite understand what to do, what to look for. So I wanted to give you guys some pointers. And I also yesterday just posted the essay without any explanation, so I should do that, and I apologize for that. So again, what you're doing is this prompt is asking you to choose two literary elements which are the elements of fiction, which we studied back from Top Man to Good Advice is Rarer Than Rubies to um, um, the other short stories that we read, um, and even started. Oh, we stopped actually when we started going into the nonfiction element units. But what I want you guys to think about is how does Sophocles utilize these elements of fiction that you have to choose? You have to choose two that you want to focus on. So you have to say, okay, so if he uses conflict and symbolism, for instance, then how does he use conflict and symbolism, and to what end does he use conflict and symbolism? If he uses plot and if he uses characterization, to what end these? And what I mean by to what end, it means that it's going to answer this question, which is um, the over develop the overarching idea about the effect or significance of the play. So when you're saying if you're going to choose plot and characterization or conflict and symbolism, you have to see that these things eventually lead to what? So they lead to us understanding the play in what way? So you're kind of giving me an inside scoop on how you think that these two elements of fiction, which we've studied from back in the beginning of the day, beginning of January, and how they basically allow you to understand the play. Okay, you can choose any of them; it doesn't matter. Whichever ones you feel are most simple for those of you that are having a difficult time with this. But um, creative title. So obviously, if it's The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, it's this. If it's Antigone, it's going to be something probably more aligned with what your which elements of fiction you're going to choose. Okay, notice how there's no you here. There's no question here. This is a scenario for a hook, which is good. One could argue, blah, 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 blah. But it's going to talk about, obviously, human instincts, greed, selfishness, which is a part of the Grinch. And then there's some background to talk about how storytelling illuminates darkness and how it talks about how the Grinch is like, Scrooge who eventually gets better. And then the thesis, which is this is where you're going to bring in Sophocles' Antigone, the playwright, or Sophocles, or he, or, the classicist, utilizes, um, conveys, um, creates. So those are the kinds of verbs you want to use. Try to not write shows. Everybody writes shows because that's the only thing people can think of at your guys' age for some reason. Anything is better. Exhibits. Okay, those are all, any of those words were better. And then your 2 points of view. And then here is see how this highlighted portion says portray the redemption of the human spirit. This is the insight, or the part that answers the question of this part right here, the overarching idea about the significance of the play, okay, and then what you'll talk about. So, and that's what the student brings up. The student brings up portrays the redemption of the human spirit. So eventually, they're going to say that in here, perspective, point of view leads to redemption of the human spirit, and over here too, setting leads to redemption of the holy. Why do I keep saying holy? Human spirit. And then you'll eventually get to the conclusion, which is you're going to bring them both in to talk about the redemption again. Okay. But notice how in this case they put spirit and faith. They didn't go back to say the same thing, which is what pushes this from a B to an A. Okay. Um, I hope this helps. I don't know what else to say because I really feel like right now I should say, okay, ask me some questions. But if it doesn't, let me know again by emailing me. Some of you guys are doing a really good job of emailing me. and then there's a lot of people that are not emailing me. So, but that's okay. Let me know again, guys. I'll if you want me to, I don't know what else, but email me if you have any other questions. I will post the rubric, which is going to be this one. Okay, the Elements of Fiction rubric. It's gonna be 100 points. Okay, and again, it's due by Sunday night, so I can start grading them on Monday. Hopefully by then I'll have the cheating paragraphs done. Okay. Otherwise, yeah. I'm also thinking of adding a peer mark on Turnitin.com. So you have to turn it in early to get a peer mark, to have to read other people's, which is again invaluable. I know some of you guys might be rolling your eyes right now, but that's something that I would find very helpful as a student. If I could read another person's and be like, oh, this person did this. Okay, that's pretty good. Or this person has no idea what they're writing about and they're going to fail it, so they should probably change some things. Okay, I think I'm going to do that because I think it's an added layer of help. It's an added layer of somebody giving you some feedback that we are lacking because you guys are all in your houses and I'm in my house, and there's no way we can know how well you're going to be doing on this when you turn it in. Okay. All right, that's it. Be well, guys.